Okay, this should be just about everything you could possibly need for your 3-in-1 dial. And now some of this stuff is optional, but this is everything that I use to make mine. You'll want lots of caps. The ones that I prefer are from orange juice containers. The Simply Orange brand at the 59-ounce container of the Simply Orange juice will give you this cap with the S on it, the green cap. I really like these caps. They're really sturdy and it's a nice size. There's a smaller one, I believe, made by the same company, Simply Orange. It's a purple cap. So the purple cap one, that's what you'll want to get the purple cap. And this is optional, by the way. And then, of course, I believe this is from a gallon milk jug, and I simply sprayed it with gray primer. So, and obviously you don't have to spray it with gray primer if you don't want to. It works just fine the way it is. And so this will basically be the heart of it here, this and this. And we just need the outer rim. So we'll need I believe it's a pint size, I guess mason jar. And we don't need that. What we need is the rim here. So we'll need that for the top. There's all sorts of caps that will work for this. These just happen to fit, I think, pretty well. So the green cap goes in the mason jar lid ring, and this cap obviously fits pretty well right there in the green. So we already have the basis right there for our 3-in-1 dial. So let's look and see how we can put all this together. You can add counters, beads is all you need for that. And I really like the skulls. This is a bag of Super Value, the beadery craft products, made in the USA. I got these from Joann's Fabrics. These I think are the coolest beads ever. The little skulls. I've had this bag like for months and months, and there's no way I can use them all. Really, all you need are these 3 items to make the dial work. As far as for a clock or a timer, and for an HP counter. So in order to do that, we simply need to mark how wherever we want the marks to be for the time, right? So I'm going to make this is going to be noon. It's a little bit easier if you just use the green cap to help you line up the marks a little bit on the mason jar lid. Not crucial. I mean, you could probably eyeball it. You can see mine are pretty much right on, so not a huge deal, but it just makes it a little bit easier, you know, if you want to do that. If an NPC or a PC is poisoned, we use the green rubber band, and I just push them down in so they won't fall out. So, not going anywhere. So that works pretty well. I just put Roman numerals on the inside just to kind of help me keep my bearing in case I get off a little bit. You can use a utility blade and try to cut right there. I don't know if this is going to focus well or not. There we go. Right there. And of course on the other side, same thing, right there. Just, there's a little bit of a seam. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but it's right there. And so on either side, that's where you want it to be. That's where you want the cuts to be. So I find I have a little more success using this. And I just try to get up right in the edge there. And I make a little indentation with that, with wire cutters. And I do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Pretty simple. It takes a little while to get it down, but once you get it down, you'll be able to make those indentations. And once you get that started there, that little indentation there, you'll be able to then use your hacksaw blade and go to town on that. And you got to drag it through a couple times first. Just put a little glue on this just to make it a little bit better. We use it on, maybe we have a slick table surface for some reason. Won't be a big deal once we put a little hot glue on this. Normally I would not do such an ugly job, but it's going to be the bottom of it, so nobody's going to see it. And I really just wanted to put a very thin layer on it. So that's all we need to kind of give it a little bit of a rubberized coating so that it grips the table a little bit better and adds a little bit of weight too. And also you don't have to worry about, I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't anyway, but you certainly don't need to worry about it scratching, you know, wooden table or anything like that now. So it's not going anywhere. And one thing I really like about this is you can just use, you know, one finger, one hand. You can use one finger if you like. A little more work on this and it'll be able to fit, and we'll top it off with something to make it look a little more interesting. And then we'll make about 5 more and we'll be set. I did forget to mention you need Q-tips, but I'm sure you guys have noticed I've been using Q-tips. So if you don't have Q-tips, you know, come on guys. I know you got Q-tips around the house somewhere. So we're gonna make this a little more interesting. So using the same Q-tip we used from the torch, or a different one if we decided we didn't want to go with that. And of course you can use whatever beads you like. I just really like the skulls. So if you use the skulls, you're probably going to want to do something like this. I usually cut about right here. And I usually use scissors for that, but I can't find my scissors right now. Abusing my wire cutters. So whoop. What we'll want to do is just shove that in there. And we don't even need to glue this. You can if you want, but why bother? It'll stay on there just fine. The reason why I put the cotton in the skull before I put the Sharpie on it is because I really don't care if I have a little white at the bottom. That's fine with me. I'm just trying to convey a little bit of color to show, okay, this particular character or NPC has been blinded, or whatever it is we would use black for, right? So not a huge deal if I don't have it colored all the way down. Plus, it makes it a little bit easier for me to color it using the skull as a holder. These Sharpies, once they get on your fingers, it's just a mess. It gets everywhere. So it's a lot quicker than paintbrushes, and using paint doesn't probably look as well as paint, but it's just so much faster, and it's just so much easier. Okay, so there we go. All done. There is my Headhunter 3-in-1
Let's
die.
have a little gameplay fun here. We're going to take off the cap, of course, and just for simplicity's sake, now we could set it up to 100 or 99 or whatever, but I'm just going to set it up to 30. And if, like I said before, if you need to go up into the hundreds or all the way up to 1,000, you just have to add another ring or another cap. So you'd have the ones, the tens, and then the hundreds places. So all I need for our game, since the highest we would ever get is like 90 or 99, is this, just 2 rings, so a ones and a tens place. So let's say this is for a boss NPC, has 30 life, and 10, minus 10, so that's pretty easy. Just bring the tens down 1. So now we know he has 20 life, and now he has 9, so 1 click there, 1 click there. So now we have 11, and oh, he was also took some poison damage. So we're going to use our little poison condition marker there, and we're going to put that back on the 1 where it was before for 11, and he's healed. Cleric walks up, and wow, that's not very good. 1, so that's okay. Now he's up to 12, and let's say he drinks maybe a Cure Light Wounds, 1, 2. Okay, well that's not too bad. He gets hit again. 3 points of damage. Well, not exactly impressive rolls here. Neutralize poison is cast, so bye bye, Mr. Green Torch Head Skull. Okay, so we're down to 11 points. It's not too good. Let's say he's healed again. Let's see what kind of roll we get. 4. Wow. 3, 4, and now he gets it damaged again. Are we serious? Okay. Well, saving some paper. That's a lot of small roll. 19. Wow. So obviously, lights out. Right, from 11 to 19. That's not gonna work too good. But as you can see, you can move it fine with just one hand. I mean, there's 90 right here, and let's say he gets hit for 9 points of damage. 1 click there, 1 click there. So anyway, it all moves very easily, and it's pretty handy. Has a nice feel to it, and of course it's great for keeping up with conditions, and great for keeping up with time too. 12 o'clock, 12:05, 12:10. 2:15, and of course you just keep all your markers in there, and cap it all off here, and ready to go. Also, so if you want to use this as a condition counter, so I know I talked a little bit about having the green skull over the green band, right? Well, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. If you like, you can actually count. So let's say the poison is going to last 5 rounds. So you simply would put the poison condition marker on 5 there. And then, next turn, obviously, it would go down to 4, and then 3, and then so on until you're done. All the while keeping track of, hit points too. So if it's let's say if you have in your game, maybe it's more than 12 rounds or turns for different effects or conditions. So you could have 2 of them together, and have the 2 skulls together represent 2 times whatever marker it's on, right? So let's say it's on the
on the 10 mark. So 2 of them together, that'd be 20. So 20 rounds. So, you'd have 3 of them together, that'd be 30. So 30 rounds, whatever. So, and of course, you can move them down as you wanted to, or whatever. It keeps track of anything you need it to keep track of. And also, I think I mentioned it before, but if you need an additional, if you needed more hit points than 99, you'd have to get another ring or another lid and work off of that, and it'd go up up to 1,000, or actually technically over 1,000. So if you needed to go up to about 1,000 life, HP or whatever, you could definitely do that as well. So all sorts of different things you can do with this concept, and that's really all this is about. I just want to show you guys the concept of using a counter, a dial counter like this, to keep track of various things. I think it's really cool. I think it's really practical, and I think it's really easy to work with and really easy to make. So as long as you know what a clock looks like, the face of a clock looks like in relation, especially when you see high noon, when you see 12, if you know what the other numbers are, in relation to that, then you should be able to work this without any issue at all. So, I know I'm looking at this upside down, but I know that's 12, so I know that's 6, so I know that's 9 and 3, and I know that's 5, and I know that's 7, and I know that's 8. So, likewise, I know, I know this is, so that's 12 here. So, I know that's 6, I know that's 5, so this would be 35. So, it's real easy to see what the numbers are once you get used to it. It does take, there is a little bit of a curve. I mean, it might take you 5 or 10 minutes to really start getting it. But once you start using it and start doing calculations with it, you'll see it's actually faster than writing numbers down on a piece of paper. It's actually faster than that because you start understanding, which way to turn what according to what kind of damage your character took. So, 9 is, 1 click this way and 1 click that way, and 7 is, if it's less than that, then it's 1 click and then 3 over. So it's 10 minus the number. So you start understanding how it works, and in a way it's bad because you don't even think about the numbers, but that's really good because if you already know math, it's not a big deal. You don't need to crunch. What's 9 minus 2 or what's 11 minus 3. You don't need to crunch any of those numbers. You already know it, But now for the kids, it's good for them to use this too because they start, understanding, I think, numbers a little bit better. And, if you want them to really think about the mathematical calculations, all you need to do is say it out loud. So, okay, well, you've got 41 hit points and you just took 9 damage. So what's that going to be? And make them answer you, before they touch their 3-in-1 dial. Make them talk to you before they hit that counter. Because if they get used to how the clicks go according to what the number is, they can click it on here or set the number on here, and then they'll tell you based off what they're seeing. So, that's not good. You want them to make the calculation in their head and then, do that. So what I'm getting at is it's good no matter how you slice the pie. And if you want the kids to think about the calculations, just talk to them about it. Other than that, it's actually faster than doing the calculations in your head after a while. You don't even have to know what the number is. You know how to do the movements. And before you know it, and I find myself doing this all the time. I don't even know, like one of the kids will say, and of course I always hate this anyway, but they're kids, they'll say, well, how much life does the boss have left, Dad? And I'll be like, oh, and I'll have to look and see. And I've been calculating the whole time, or not calculating, I've just been moving this according to what it was, So I know, and I'm looking at this upside down, the whole thing, but I know it's 20, and here's 12 here, so that's 23, right? So I'm not even sitting down. Usually, if I sit down, I can see the Roman numerals, which helps me a little bit more. But I'm standing up, and now it's upside down. I can still tell you what it is pretty quick. So 23, and they'll say, okay, he takes 8 damage. Well, I know that I need to do that, right? So it's you just get used to knowing what you need to do based off how much damage they take. You know, it's really hard to explain, but once you start doing it, you'll understand what I mean. You know how the calculations work, and you just know which way to turn it based on what you've been given. And also, like I said before, you can always use another dial if you need to go up to 1,000 life. If 99 life is not enough, you know, you can use another disc or another ring, and you can always go all the way up to 1,000 with an additional ring. So we don't use that. We don't ever go over 99. So that's not an issue for us. And even if you just want to use it for a condition counter and a timer and clock, it works great for that too. So hope you guys find it useful. Guys, hope you had a great time watching this. Hope you maybe made something like it, if not exactly like it. Hopefully you were able to find 3 caps or maybe 4 if you needed to go up to 1,000 hit points or whatever. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll have a lot more videos coming up real soon. See you then.
Oh no, it's the headhunters. Run for your lives. Save your own head.
Okay, hope you guys got something from this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And we'll have more Trash to Treasure projects coming up real soon. And I hope you have fun with your 3-in-1 counter, timer, clock, HP counter. Oh, seriously did that again. Wow. Stayed together that time. Okay.